What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I've got a subscriber story for y'all that was sent in about a time this guy got himself involved in a little bit of a heist to steal some plastic coins that were used as like school currency. I know you guys love these types of videos, so as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to make it for y'all, and yeah, be sure to enjoy it, and press the like button, or no joke, no scam, I'm gonna steal all your plastic coins, and yeah, let's go. I got eyes like an eagle, stacking so much money you would think that it's illegal. I'm getting quiet now, lay low when you reach zone, piping down, making out, stack the bread, cause you love the sound, just Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so our first story here takes place as somebody who ended up getting involved in like a heist situation at school, which obviously are some of your guys' favorite story times, so let's get into this. Basically, this situation happened when this person was in 3rd grade, and their teacher, trying to like make people more excited for school, very hyped to, you know, interact with the class, decided to do something really nice. As an adult, you realize it was really nice. When you're a kid, you probably don't really put 2 and 2 together though, and she decided to get like these little plastic coins, you know, and make them the currency of the class, and if you got enough of them, you could buy toys and, you know, pick stuff out. Really, it was a very nice thing to do as a teacher, but when you're in 3rd grade and there's a situation where you can get something and exchange it for toys, your first intuition is like, alright, how do I get as many of these coins as humanly possible, you know? And the person who sent in this story, I guess, wasn't the type of kid who was very studious, wasn't the type of kid who was gonna be getting a crap ton of coins for just vibing, being, you know, a good student by any means. So he decides that he's gonna try to put a little team together to somehow come into possession of a lot more of these coins than he had before. Wouldn't that just be so strange if, man, he just came into a bunch of these coins and was able to get a bunch of toys? So he ends up going to one of the only kids in his class that he could trust, and he starts telling him that, like, look, we should probably get a little gang together and get our hands on some of these coins. And obviously 3rd graders aren't the most organized people in the world, so they get a little group together of people that are willing to, you know, put some effort into getting these coins. So they're all putting their 9-year-old brains together, doing their best to come up with a plan, and the person who sends in this story basically notices that while they're at lunch, she's on recess duty, which means she's out on the playground, meaning that her classroom has to be empty. Now, lunch recess has like 2 different shifts where teachers take turns watching, and she was on the first shift, meaning that there was like a 10-minute gap of time between when she left the recess and went back to class. So they're like, all right, we have 10 minutes to somehow get off the recess, like, playground area into the school, get to her classroom, get into the classroom, and get these coins. So it just so happened to be, too, that the person who sent in this story, like, had an older sibling that went to the school and had passed on a little nugget of useful information, which is that if a door is locked on a classroom, if you yank up on the handle hard enough, these particular door handles, because they were older, would pop open and you could get the door open. So he tells his friend, you know, look, I'm pretty sure we can get the door open if we do it this way, and everyone's like, awesome, this is great. So 2 of the other kids in the group steal their parents' phone for that day. That way they have a way to communicate, and they get off the recess playground area. They go to the class and they pop open the door, and all of these kids start like scavenging for the coins. And the person who sent in the story starts searching her desk, and sure enough, boom, they find them. There's all these coins, and he says, hey, let's not take a bunch. Let's just take a little bit to the point where she's not gonna notice, you know? They hide them in these little pouches and they run away. And obviously they're like, dude, we just got away with it. This is incredible. We're gonna get a bunch of toys. This is sick. But with any good heist group, people start to get greedy, dude. They're like, awesome, we should do it again. And obviously, here's the truth of the matter. Anytime you get away with something once, your odds of getting away with it again go down dramatically, dude. People just start to get too comfortable, and it's not a good time, right? So whatever, they decide that they're gonna do it again regardless, because they're 3rd graders. They're not like the smartest people in the world. So they end up seeing this time where she hid the toys itself. This time they're like, look, let's not even steal the coins. We can just steal the toys. And obviously at this point, the kid who organized this, the one who sent this in, points out to them like, guys, that's just stealing, you know? Like, that's not actually gonna do anything. Like, that's not stealing from the coins. Like, I don't want to steal the toys, bro. That's just gonna ruin it for everybody. And they're kind of like, well, you were the mastermind, and if you don't go along with it, then we're gonna tell on you, and you're gonna get in trouble for stealing the coins. We'll just blame you. So this kid is like, all right, and he kind of reluctantly agrees that he's gonna go along with it the second time. So a group of more kids ends up going inside of the classroom this time because they had heard that, like, oh, you guys stole stuff, you got a bunch of stuff, so more people wanted to do it. However, when a group of like 6-7 kids is going down the hallway to steal stuff from a classroom, it's a lot more noticeable. And so their lookout lets them know when all 7 of them are in there that, like, she's coming. And they realize that they're probably not gonna have enough time to get into a hiding spot, you know? They're not gonna be able to, like, hide and get out of the classroom. So they just kind of have to make do with whatever's around them and hope for the best. So one of the kids literally is hiding under the teacher's desk. This kid ended up getting into like one of those portable craft closets where they kept all the crayons and colored pencils and stuff. Some kids got in the real closet. There were a couple kids that like hid in the little cranny where they had like a reading nook. And the teacher comes in and is kind of looking around because she realizes the door is unlocked. And the entire time in there, the tension is so thick you can cut it with a knife, right? Like, you know that one poem where it's talking about the guy with the beating heart and he can hear the heart underneath the floorboards? That's probably what it was like, dude. You could hear your heart beating in your ears. So the teacher ends up leaving and they wait for their lookout to come back and tell them that it's all clear. And they literally book it out of the classroom as fast as humanly possible. And they end up meeting up together after school, and obviously the person who sent in the story like didn't really get a chance to see what they had taken because the teacher was coming and he was more concerned with hiding than he was, you know, getting anything because he didn't really want to steal the toys anyways. And I guess 3 of the kids had gotten like a whole backpack worth of stuff, you know, and so 3 backpacks worth of stuff had gotten stolen. And honestly, at that point, they're like, look, okay, that was too ridiculous. We almost got caught. And they realized that they had taken way too much stuff that like they were gonna notice. So the next day, the teacher, sure enough, gets up and is like, I don't know which one of you guys did it, but I know some of you guys stole toys, I'm not gonna ruin it for the class, but, you know, if this happens again, we're gonna ruin the program. And the entire time they're telling this, all the kids who are involved are like crapping themselves. And obviously the person who sent in the story time didn't want to ruin it for everybody, so he's feeling guilty. In his mind, he's like, look at what you guys did. You might have ruined it for everybody, no bueno. And for a couple weeks, everything's good. They're not gonna do anything. And then a small group of kids gets together, like the original group minus a couple of the kids who had invited more people after a while, and they're like, look, I'm telling you, there's this one girl in our class that has a pencil pouch, and her pencil pouch is full of these coins, and it's almost a situation where they're like, one last score. If we just take the pencil case and split all the coins up, we're gonna be fine, you know? And so obviously he's apprehensive. He doesn't want to really steal anything, but similar situation, they kind of force him into it. They're like, look, if you don't help us, then we're gonna tell on you. And he doesn't want to get in trouble, so he decides to help. And they're 3rd graders, guys. Like, obviously, you gotta give everything a little bit of an asterisk because it's little tiny children stealing like plastic coins. Anyways, they end up going into the classroom and they start looking at the pencil pouch, and all of them, because it was a smaller group, simultaneously are like, we can't do this. This is really bad. Like, they start feeling really, really guilty about it. So they decide that they're not gonna steal the pencil pouch. They didn't want to do it. They didn't even open it. Like, they didn't really know the full contents. It was a rumor that she had a bunch of the plastic coins in it, but they didn't really know. So they decide that they're not gonna steal it, but for some reason when they're in the class, they're like, okay, well, we can't steal it, but if they find out we were in here, then like somehow they're gonna know we touched it. You know, 3rd grader logic, not very well thought out. So they decide that they're gonna hide it, you know? I don't know why they decided to hide it. They thought it would make it less suspicious, which obviously it didn't. So A couple of them leave, and one of the kids, of course, they pick the most forgetful one. He goes and like hides this thing somewhere in the class. So they get back inside the classroom, and the girl whose pencil case is now missing starts freaking out. She's like, oh my gosh, has anyone seen my pencil case? Oh my goodness, has anyone seen it? Wow, like, hello, like, it's missing, to the point where even the teacher is like, okay guys, has anyone seen this pencil case? And the entire class is like, no, we haven't seen the pencil case. We didn't see it. And obviously the teacher starts looking around because she could probably tell the type of kids that would be willing to do this. And the only problem is, while yes, they, had come into the classroom, they didn't steal it. It was somewhere in the classroom. And so they start looking at the kid who hid it. And they're kind of like, dude, go find it, accidentally find it. And the kid is kind of looking at them, and he has this look on his face of like, I just saw a ghost. He's about to crap his pants somehow, bro. He looks horrified. All right, guys, I'm gonna interrupt the video for just 1 second. On screen now is actually a Roblox gift card. I give away a gift card every single video here on this channel as a way to just say thank you to everyone who's subscribed with notifications on. So if you're not already, I would really appreciate you just taking a quick second to press that button so you never miss another video. And along with that, if you are somebody who's already got notifications on and you have been for a while, then thank you so much. You guys really do help the channel go round. And yeah, on that note, I will shut up and let you guys get back to the video. Thank you very much. And along with his horrified reaction, the girl is whispering something to the teacher, and she has like tears in her eyes, and the teacher is immediately like, all right guys, we're gonna work together to search for this this pencil case. So the entire class gets up and is like searching, and naturally everybody who was involved kind of gets together, and they're like telling the dude, where is it, like, where's your thing, where is it, like, let's just give it back. If we just give it back, this will all be done. And that's when they realized why he looked like he was about to poop his pants, bro. He had somehow forgotten where he put it, dude. I don't know if he had like secretly taken it, but he swears even to this day, like they still talk sometimes, that he has no clue where he put the pencil case. So whatever, they obviously are kind of stressed thinking about the fact that like we might not get this pencil case back, and this girl's freaking out, she's crying. But they figure that if the entire class is going to be looking for this thing, that it's going to have to turn up, right? Like, there's no way that it somehow disappeared into thin air. That's literally impossible. Things like that don't just happen. And so for the next hour, dude, they are searching for this pencil case as a class. So like 30 freaking kids are sitting together searching for this damn pencil case. And nobody's able to find it, dude. I don't know if this guy hid it in the back of the wardrobe from Narnia and it was transported to another continent or what. But they can't find it for an hour. And so after that, the teacher is like, clearly seeing that everyone's frantically looking. She was probably checking to see if anybody was like not really looking because they had it, but all the kids that had been in the classroom felt horribly guilty about it, so they're looking too. And on the way out to recess, the other kids in the group kind of went out quick, but the person who sent in the story kind of stayed behind for a second, and the girl who had lost the pencil case is kind of crying to the teacher, and she's saying that like, yeah, all my money for the field trip was in there, and they had an upcoming field trip that was like $100 to go on, and so the girl had $100 in this pencil case that had now gone missing, dude, and they didn't know that. They really were going in there just to try to like take these plastic coins and buy some toys, right? So when he hears that, they were now responsible for this girl losing $100, he feels even worse. So he goes out there and he tells his friends, and they're like, oh my god, what do we do? Because it also happened to be a situation where they also realized that none of their parents had an extra $100 to fix the situation too. And so realizing that there was really nothing they could do, because if they admitted wrongdoing, they were going to make their parents pay for it, which was going to lead to a crap ton of punishment at home, they just all decided to swear to secrecy on the playground. They're like, look, we're going to go back in there. We're going to look for this thing. And if anybody gives us a weird look or says we did it, we're just going to say that they are absolutely delusional. And something about a bond of secrecy where like, if anyone finds out you were the people to steal the pencil case, you're all screwed. You just definitely have a different type of loyalty to those people. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, they go back in, and for the rest of the school day, the entire classroom gets turned upside down by this class. They're searching every nook and cranny, and somehow, dude, no joke, It's nowhere to be found. This pencil case has literally disappeared into the 9th dimension. Balthazar the Lizard King now has it somewhere. Like, this thing has vanished. And sure enough, the guys are not snitching. They're not saying who took it. They're not saying a single thing about it. They're like, look, okay, hey, we don't know anything. Because they didn't take it out of the classroom. Like, that's the craziest part of the story, is to this day, none of them have said that they took it, which at this point you would be like, all right, guys, remember when that thing went missing? It was me. No, none of them took it. Like, it's still probably somewhere in this classroom. So they tear the class apart and somehow it's not found. So at the end of the day, the teacher is like, thank you guys very much. You know, it's been really appreciated, all your help. And then she says something about like how the girl needs to be more responsible with her things and not lose thing as much. And she's like crying, bro. That poor girl probably felt so guilty. And everybody goes home. And I guess at dinner that night, the person who sent in the story's parents were like, are you okay? Like, you're not even touching your food. Because he just felt so bad about what happened that he just didn't want to, you know, eat. So he broke down and like told his parents everything from start to finish, the heist, the entire thing. And his parents were obviously pissed at him for stealing in the first place. You know, they gave him the whole, that's not how we raised you. I'm so disappointed. The fact that you would steal is like disgusting, you know? And then he's like, all right, so tomorrow should I tell? And then his parents were like, well, how much money is your field trip again? And he said $100. And both the parents looked at each other and were like, if you ever steal again, you're going to military school. Do you understand? You're lucky that we don't have $100 to fix your mistake right now. Like, the parents really wanted to do something about it. They just weren't in a position to. So he low-key kind of got away with it. They did make him come clean about stealing the plastic coins, though. Like, they didn't make him admit to having any wrongdoing in the pencil case going missing, because he didn't really steal it. But they did make him give back all the plastic coins that he took. But the teacher was like, for your honesty, you can keep them. Which does go to show you, sometimes it pays to be honest. Sometimes it pays not to be. So you gotta use context clues to figure out what you should do in each given situation. Regardless, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking just a quick second to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought. It would be very, very appreciated. And if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. If you want more content, you guys should check out my podcast, The Scuffed Cast. I'll put a link to it in the description down below. And if you enjoyed the intro song, a link to it on Spotify is also down there, with the link to the merch beneath that. If you feel like picking it up, it's pretty fire if you ask me. If you guys have any crazy stories you want to submit, my Instagram is @Scrubby. Feel free to drop it a follow. Twitter @Scrubby_69. And yeah, on that note, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.